Hey guys, it's Lisa from tocreateawebsite.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to display your most commented posts in WordPress on a graphical background, or a badge as some people like to call it. And what you're looking at right now is the homepage of my blog. If you haven't been to my blog recently, I've just redesigned the homepage again. And one thing that I've got a few badges actually. I have a badge here for my blog categories. I have a badge for my most commented posts, and I also have a badge for my recent YouTube videos. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I created this most commented posts badge that's on my homepage. And the great thing about this tutorial is that you can use this information I'm going to give you and you can apply it to any kind of badge. You know how with FeedBurner you can display your most recent blog posts on your website? Well, you can use the tutorial to display or create a badge for your website that displays your most recent posts, or any type of service that you use that has an RSS feed or any type of dynamic content. So the first thing that you want to do is, obviously, if you use WordPress, you're going to need to install the most commented plugin. And you can do that by going to the WordPress.org plugin directory. Just Google the name and you'll find it. And once you're there, you're going to come over to comments down here. And the most commented plugin I'm using is the one here, and it's by Nick Momrick. So there are several plugins out there, I'm sure, so just make sure you get the one by Nick Momrick, because that's what I'm talking about in this video. So the first thing you're going to do, obviously, is download the plugin, install it, and activate it. I'm not going to go through that here because I'm assuming that you probably already know how to install plugins. So once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is create your graphical badge like I've done here. Notice I'm using just a kind of like a comment bubble, and I created this pretty easily in Photoshop. I'm going to show you here, view background image. So as you can see, it's just a simple image. And how I did that, I've got Photoshop open here real quick. This is a quick and dirty Photoshop tutorial. You come over here and you hold down this button until you get to the custom shape tool. And you go up, I've already got it selected, and you scroll down until you find the comment bubbles, and here they are here. And the one I'm using is this one right here. So you simply select that, and you come down, and you click and drag, just like that, and get it the size you want, and you release. Now notice it automatically gave it a background of my foreground color, and if you want to change that, you can just come up here to color. And let's say you want it to be red. You just come down to red, select the swatch, and say OK. Now, if you go back to my site, as you can see, I've got a little gradient. Mine kind of goes from white to this little gold color. Well, if you want to do a gradient in Photoshop, you just come over here, right-click the blending options, and then you're going to select gradient. And then you can select this little bar here. And let's say you want it to go from white to red. Well, this is the top, so you double click this little handle here and you select white. White's already selected. And then the bottom you want to be red, so you select that one, and then you come over here and click the swatch, and as you can see over here, it's already adjusted. So just like that, you've got a gradient. Now if you want to add a stroke to this like I did, you're just going to right click this again, blending options, and you're going to go stroke. And I like my strokes to be on the inside, and you can select a color for the stroke. Let's just do a dark black, and you're gonna say OK. And the next thing you want to do is maybe put some text here on top. So you're just gonna click and drag, and you're gonna type most commented posts, and it's a little large. So we're going to make the font a little smaller. I don't like the color too. We'll come up here and make it black so you can see it. That's a little too small on the font, so let's come up and make it a little bit bigger. Again, this is just quick and dirty. You can make yours however you like. And there. So that's pretty much how you create your badge. And then you just go and you go to File, Save for Web, save it as a JPEG, upload it to your images folder of your blog, and you're ready to go. Now what you want to do is you want to style the text on top of this badge. Now, after you install the plugin really the only thing you would need to do is paste the plugin code into your blog, and your most commented posts will be displayed automatically. If you go back to the WordPress plugin directory, they give you the code. So this is the only code that you need to paste into your blog to make the most commented posts show up. And notice there's a parenthesis right here, right after the word commented. You can put a number in there. So say if you want to show your top 15 posts or your top 15 commented posts, then you would put the number 15 in the parentheses, and it will show the top 15 posts or the most commented 15 posts. So that's the only code you really need. But if you just use this code, you're just going to get bullets and text. And I personally, I don't really care for the bullet look. I like to remove the bullets, and I want to style it so it fits into my blog like this. So you're going to have to use CSS to style this badge. So what I did is I opened up my style sheet in my blog, and I'm going to provide all this code in the description box of the YouTube video. So don't worry about that. But real quickly, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm on a 10-minute time limit here. But I just created a new ID, and I called it Most Commented. And here are the properties for this badge. It's got a background image, which is the image we just created in Photoshop. We're telling it to no repeat because we don't want the image to repeat. We only want to show it once. We want the area 422 by 409. That's the size of the image I created. So you want the size to be as big as the image, so the whole image shows up. And then the padding and here, that is the spacing for the text. So my padding is 40 pixels over from the left and 76 pixels over from the top. That's what this is. That's where my text started. So 40 pixels over from the left, 76 from the top, and that's where my text starts. So that's how you position your text within the badge. You play with the padding. So the rest of the code is just styling the UL and the LI tag. This plugin uses the LI tag. So in CSS, you have to give it a style. So how did I remove the bullets? I put this style here. List style type none. That's what gets rid of the bullets. Now, don't feel like you have to pick all this up in this video. I'm going to provide you all of this code, and all you have to do is change your colors, okay? So all this code here that you see here, this is what styles my most commented posts inside my little graphical background. So once you've done that and you've added this code to your style sheet, you then go to your actual blog, whatever page you're going to insert this in, and you simply put this code in. You start off with div ID equals most commented, and I'm using most commented because that's what I called it in my style sheet. So you can call it whatever you want. And then you simply paste the code. Remember before I showed you that the plugin gave you the code that you needed to paste into your site? Well, you just paste the plugin code, and notice I have an 11 in here. That's saying I want to show my top 11 commented posts, and that's what you see here. You see 11 because that's the number I chose. If you wanted 8, then you would change this to 8. I chose 11 just basically because it fit in my bubble. 12 would have been too many, 10 wouldn't have been enough. So that's why I chose that number, but you choose the number that's relevant for you. So after you just paste this code into your actual blog, you save this, you save your style sheet with the style, make sure you've uploaded your image, and you should get something like this. Now, keep in mind, you may have to adjust some values in your CSS based on your own blog. You may not be able to use the exact values I did based on your other CSS code, so you may have to play around with it. But overall, you should get something very, very close to this. And keep in mind, you don't have to use a comment bubble. You could just use a square box if you want. You don't have to use the bubble if you don't like, but that's just what I chose to do. So you can really apply this concept to any kind of badge you want to create. I also created a little video screen with my most recent YouTube videos, and this is just a feed that I'm burning over at FeedBurner. And so I was able to create a badge and show my most recent YouTube videos using my YouTube feed. So you can really apply this to pretty much any type of dynamically generated content. And it's a real cool way to give your blog some flair. So I hope this has been helpful, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.